Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to our Friday fireside chat. I was going to talk to you today about special needs trust planning, but something very personal that's happening in my life made me take a different direction. Our family dog Sailor that we've had for 9 years, that we've had since he was a pup and Edward was a baby, we're having to have euthanized today. He's been unwell for the last few weeks. He's had cancer for a year, and today is the day that we have to let him go. I know many of you have felt that sadness. We have our grief in perspective. We know many of you have lost family members this last year. This does not compare. But for the families who have a dog, a beloved pet, it does truly feel like a member of the family. And we often include our beloved pets in estate planning. And I wanted to let you know a little about what the possibilities are for that. For many, many years, the only possibility for your pet was to ask a family member in your will to look after the pet and leave a sum of money for them to do that. There was no guarantee that that friend or family member would have looked after the pet. Pets are unfortunately considered personal property under the law. They could have just kept the money and euthanized the pet. We now have a much better alternative. Since 2005 in Illinois and almost all states, we now have pet trusts. A pet trust allows you, when you're planning, to determine who's going to take care of your pet. It allows you to set up a trustee to make sure the caregiver is doing what they need, look after the money. We of course set aside a sum of money to look after your pet, and we determine what will happen to what's left in the pet trust when your beloved pet is gone. Pets have very different lifespans. Some of your pets can have a 3 to 4 year lifespan. We have racehorses that we plan for that can live over 30 years, birds that can live for 100 years, and then of course our beloved dogs, our most typical pet, who lives 16, 17, 18 years. That's what we hope to have with Sailor. I thought we'd have him until Edward went off to college, but we lost him after just 9 years. And here he is with the family when he was a pup and Edward was a baby. We had him in all our family pictures. We would have him in our law office pictures. So it's just feels heartbreaking to have to let that pet go. And I want to say, in addition to planning for your pet after death, you also want to think about planning for your pet if you have an illness or an accident or an emergency. All of us should have a plan, someone to contact in an emergency, as well as instructions on how to care for our pet. So getting some sort of planning into your estate plan is really important. Many of our clients don't have a family member that's the object of their bounty. They maybe are widowed and never did have children, or their children are across country, or they're estranged. For many of our clients, the pet is their companion, keeps them healthy, keeps them company, and they want to plan for that pet. Pet trusts are not Hollywood, and we take our clients' needs that include pet planning very, very seriously. It can be a standalone trust, or it can be part of your revocable living trust. But just know it's something to think about, consider, determine whom you'd want to look after your pet, determine whom you'd want in charge, and we can get that all into your planning for you and give you, as we often talk about, that peace of mind. So thank you for listening today. We will talk about special needs trust planning next week, and I will leave you with a quote from Dean Koontz, who said that petting a dog is as soothing to the mind as deep meditation and as good for the soul is prayer. Thanks for your concern. Thanks for listening. And I will see you next week for our Friday fireside chat. Goodbye.